I've been asked by many to provide the details of a Floorbobs unit that I made for the nursing homes. It provides much pleasure for the residents, and the game's pretty versatile. And with the use of a chute and some 90mm bull balls, most residents can actually engage in the procedure. And so we'll just have a picture of the actual finished unit coming up. You'll see the chute on the left hand side. 90mm balls. Remember that the 100mm balls are not suitable for this project because the chute will be too small. You'll see also that there's a versatile way of changing the game with the laminated numbers up on top that you can do on the computer and cut out to fit into the little slots that will be made. The materials from Bunnings, well, here are some screws, etc., that you can stop the video at any time and examine and see what you do need there. The next thing that will appear is an actual bill from Bunnings when I made that project, which was some time ago, but it was under $200 for the wood, but that doesn't include paint and doesn't include the balls and the chute materials. Here you can see I've been drawing up a cunning plan. Don't worry too much about trying to understand the details. It's just a rough shot. Now you will be responsible for checking all the measurements and making sure that everything works out before you actually cut. This is only a guide. You can see that one of the things I've done here is I'm going to cut a 60mm corner off the front panel so that they're nice and smooth. Everything should be finished nice and smoothly and sanded, painted, because the resident's skin is like tissue paper, so you must be careful. Here you can see I'm using the disc I used to throw my dog to finish off the arch shapes. I've measured up the sides and doing that. Here I'm actually measuring the top of the screw against the drill bit so that I can recess the screws right into the wood so they're not sharp. You can see here I'm mapping out the front panel. You'll see a better shot of that in a minute, and you can pause the video to get these measurements if you want to make it exactly the same. As I say, this is only a guide. It is up to you how many arches, etc. you make. But this is the last unit that I did. You'll see that the last the back panel that goes at the very back has also been recessed and matched up to the front one. Now I'm cutting the vertical cuts for the arches. You'll see there that I've got a separating it with a spirit level so that I don't cut into it too deeply, and then the tops of the arches will be cut off with a fine jigsaw. It makes it quite smooth. Realise at this stage the pillows are very weak and need support, and be careful not to break them off until you actually get the pillow supports in behind them. That will be coming up in a minute. And you'll see here that I've cut the corners off as I mentioned there earlier, and they'll be sanded smoothly and polished with and painted. Okay, so here's the arch pillows. You'll see I beveled them at the top, and once again I sand them smooth just to make sure there's no sharp points that any resident can damage themselves on. You'll see there that I've also recessed in, and you'll see that I've marked out where the struts are going to go onto the back of that. That's a good guide when you're putting the struts on to know where the centre is. Okay, so here's the back side with the pillow supports in place. You'll notice the screws are placed at different heights to where the struts and the back are attached. Okay, so nothing interrupts each other. Okay, now I'm squaring up the unit as best I can with my limited equipment, but get the unit as square as you can, and you'll see now I'm using very long screws to go through the front panel, the pillow supports, and then into the struts to attach them. The two end struts will be about 19mm longer than the internal ones because there is no pillar support on the end there, as you can see. So that's something you just have to watch. Everything is screwed in well. These things take a hell of a bashing from the balls. You'll see at the front now there I've made two guides so that the numbers can be slipped in with plus and minuses, etc. Kings, queens, aces, that can be done on the computer, laminated and placed in there, and allows a versatility. You can change the games and whenever you like.